Hello my fellow viewers, I'm the viewer, and this is my Megaman fully charged roll theory from the previous video. Because of how long Just Roll With It was, it only felt natural to post this segment as a standalone video. So if you haven't already watched the main video, I highly recommend checking it out, but if you're already familiar with how Roll is in the Megaman franchise and you just want to go straight to the roll theory, here it is. So thank you for coming and enjoy. I can finally talk about the whereabouts of fully charged roll. So everything I'm about to say right now is a theory of mine, okay? So with all the information that's already on the table and evidence of fully charged roll along with a lot of speculation of mine, I'll also be putting together a timeline of events that would explain Roll's role in fully charged. So take everything I say with a huge grain of salt. You might as well take a drink from the Pacific Ocean. I might go full Matt Pat here. So first, I'm gonna explain why I believe that Roll does exist in the fully charged universe. And it's all right in front of us in Aki's room. Let me explain. So right off the bat, there is a poster of Roll holding a guitar on Aki's wall. And I already know what you're thinking. This is just some simple Easter egg, nothing more. Objection! The posters in Aki's room are not just there for shits and giggles. Every poster and picture Aki has in his room is of something that is real in the fully charged universe. He's got a poster of Silicon City behind his computer, and next to that he has a poster of a game called the Deli Dodgers, a game that Aki plays regularly.
Just as soon as I finish teaching these impatient customers a lesson.
Why don't you try to learn a lesson instead?
But, Deli Dodgers! Look at all the dodging!
Hate to do this to you, little bro, but study first.
He even has photos of his friends and family by his door. And directly over his bed, a giant picture of Rockstar Roll. And keep in mind that Roll here most resembles Roll from Mega Man 11, with Mega Man 8 Roll's hairstyle. Now later, this poster is replaced by a poster of Man. I have no idea why he'd do that. But either way, that is another figure that exists in the fully charged universe.
The name's Man. I'm here to help.
Help?
I see you admire my armaments.
Now, even though the poster isn't in Aki's room anymore, the poster reappears again backstage during the Silicon City school play. And it's right next to a poster of Drillman's DJ concert.
Without further ado, I'm pleased to introduce Spin Master MCDM Drilling Bits!
The Maestro is back!
Now let's keep Drillman on the back burner. We will get back to him. Now real quick, I want to address Ashley from the Silicon City school play. Right off the bat, her costume is based off of Roll's outfit. More specifically, Mega Man 8 Roll. And given that Ashley was Aki's first crush being on stage in this outfit, I believe that it is safe to assume that at some point this was foreshadowing for Roll's arrival. Now the other picture of Roll that appears in Fully Charged is a portrait of Roll in the Silicon City History Museum. Now, unlike the poster of Roll here appears to be more older. She's in a business suit and has Roll's original hairstyle. Now, unlike the other pictures that are stylized moments of Mega Man's history that depict battles during the Hard Age, the portrait of Roll here seems to be a 3D model. And given the fact that this portrait is in the History Museum, I'm gonna say that it's safe to assume that the Roll here is probably the director of the museum. Heck, maybe even the owner. Now, before I continue, I need to address another key detail. In Mega Man Fully Charged, it is established that robots can have families of their own, like with Drillman and Drillman Sr.
Oh, it's you? What are you doing here? A digital music class I don't know about? Doing exactly what you forced me to do, Father. Drilling.
And Elecman's father that he mentioned once.
Elecman!
Who's there? Are you a friendly ghost? Is that you, Papa? Ghosts aren't real, just like objective truth.
Robots can even have siblings too. Just look at Airman and his brothers and sister.
My brothers and sister, forget who's the true superstar of our family. Today was supposed to be a not-so-gentle reminder who's the numero uno airbot!
Now with that on the table, I want to say that it's safe to assume that these two roles were supposed to be mother and daughter, and would have most likely had a bitter relationship, just like the relationship between Drillman and Drillman Sr.
Are you still holding a grudge about that time I upgraded you from musical misfit to robot with a job?
a robot girl following her dreams to becoming a rock star, and her mother is disappointed in her and would much rather have her stay in the family business. So with the many parallels we have on the table, let me explain why Drillman is important here. Since the beginning, Drillman has always wanted to be a musician, but he got wrapped up in his father's mining business, and eventually his dreams fell flat.
I would learn any instrument I could get my hands on. When I had hands. Father never approved. He forced me into the family business. Mining. I agreed to a temporary arrangement, but then the family business was bought by Skyraisers Corporation. And my dreams, along with it.
So now let's take a look at this through Drillman's perspective. He spent most of his life with his dreams so close yet so far, and then he comes across this robot girl who's living the life he wanted.
You're a sad little man whose best days never happened.
Yeah, Drillman's not gonna take that sitting down. So anytime Roll would put up a concert in Silicon City, Drillman wasn't far behind to mess it up. And in this part of Fully Charged, it would have been the Drillman Redemption arc. Okay, this sounds crazy, but let me explain. Megaman Fully Charged Season 1 had the Fireman Redemption arc. Seriously, if you pay attention, you see from beginning to end, Fireman struggling to control his anger and trying to turn a new leaf. I'll give you a brief summary of what I mean. So in the beginning, it was made clear that Fireman has anger issues, and Breaker Knight took full advantage of this.
I didn't fail, did I? Because if I did, that would make me mad. And I'm not sure I can handle that.
Every time Fireman would fail a mission, Breaker Knight would just tear him a new one, which would cause Fireman to get even angrier.
That blue nuisance has to be stopped.
I completely agree. I'm on my way.
You? I'm this close to demoting you from soldier to fireplace.
Ouch, sir. Seriously. Ouch.
So in other words, Fireman was stuck in a constant loop of anger and failure. Now, Fireman was not ignorant to this. He was well aware of the problem he had. Many times when Fireman was about to blow a fuse, he had to refer back to what his anger management bot taught him.
We got this, Fireface! You scorched the pipsqueak bot! The girl's about to get waterlogged!
Fireface.
Friends have nicknames.
Stay in the moment. Happy place.
Fireface?
He'll even meditate if he needs to. Now, the turning point for Fireman was when he and Megaman had to work together to stop the volcano from erupting and potentially destroying Silicon City.
I did something right. How about that? Why'd you trust me to help you?
You did more than that. You helped save the entire city. Your boss may not be impressed with you, but I am.
But with Breaker Knight having enough of Fireman's failures, he forces him to fight Namajam to see if he's still worth having on the team.
You'll have to go through me, Fireman!
Anywhere, anytime, sport.
How about right here, right now? You say you're not the weak link in this operation. Prove it.
Please, he's nothing!
And Namajam doesn't hold anything back. Now Fireman puts up the best fight he can, but eventually he's overpowered.
Do yourself a favor and stay down!
But then Megaman saves him at the last minute, and they work together to beat Namajam. And just like that, Fireman leaves Breaker Knight for good.
Fireman, no!
Stay out of it, kid.
Please, don't let anger make you a monster. Like him. Give him the second chance you want yourself. The one we all deserve.
Now, I'm gonna leave it there for now, but I will be going back into Fireman's journey at a later date. Now, going back to Drillman and Roll. Drillman would have been in a very similar spot as Fireman was, being blinded by anger and not able to see the opportunities in front of him.
But there are people who can help. I happen to know an awesome doctor of robotics.
That time has passed. Now, my crave, only revenge.
And I am 90% sure that Drillman and Fireman went to the same therapy sessions every time they were arrested by the Good Guild.
Thanks to my anonymous benefactor, I have the means to remake the city in my own image.
Wait, that's what you took away from reprogramming?
Some people meditate, some people meditate, some people meditate. I got into real estate.
Anyway, the turning point for Drillman would have been when he saw the relationship between Roll and her mother. It reminds him of what he went through when he was butting heads with his father, and then Drillman will realize that him getting in the way of Roll's dreams will make him no better than either of their parents. So with that, Drillman will finally let go of his grudge with Roll, and instead supports her wherever she goes. And heck, maybe Drillman gets his hands back, and becomes a kind of mentor to Roll.
Are you ready to get back into the music biz?
With bravado, fortissimo, sposando. Maybe friends don't need to hug.
So why give Drillman a redemption arc in the first place? Well, he was the second Robot Master to appear in the show, right after Fireman, and Drillman had a few loose ends before the end of the season, so I don't see why not.
This is just noise! Terrible noise that you tricked me into making! No! You did this!
Okay, so before I talk about the type of relationship Roll would have had with Aki, I need to address the relationship Aki would have had with Chaotique. By now, you should already know where this is going. So towards the end of the season, it's made clear that Megaman started developing feelings for Chaotique.
I owe you one, Doc. You too, Blue.
You like her.
So before Roll's debut, we would have had a variety of moments between Chaotique and Megaman, whether warm and sweet or cold and awkward. And then after some time with this rocky relationship, Roll's big day finally arrives, and Aki would have been completely starstruck, given the fact that he's most likely a fan of her music. Now at first, Chaotique wouldn't notice, but then after Megaman saves Roll from Drillman's destruction, this starts to concern her, and with Roll being the target of these attacks, it gives both her and Megaman the opportunity to bond together. So as the two start to grow closer to one another, this does not sit well with Chaotique at all. When Aki and Roll go out together, Chaotique is not far behind watching them. And with her jealousy reaching its limits, she starts to sabotage Roll's concerts just like Drillman.
Hey, no fun! You're ruining my primo prank! All I wanted was for us to have a good time, and you ruined it!
First, she starts pranking Roll here and there, but eventually her pranks get out of control. Her actions start getting bigger and more destructive, and she even starts hurting Roll. And as soon as Aki finds out, he'll have no choice but to end ties with Chaotique, because behavior like that is unacceptable. And with that said, it would cement Aki and Roll's relationship for the future, and adding them to the Lovers Hall of Fame. Okay, so now with this idea of Roll on the table, let's organize everything now. So first, when would these events take place? There is a 6-month time gap between the end of the show and the beginning of the sequel comic, so I'm gonna dub these events as Megaman Fully Charged Season 1.5. So with Breaker Knight finally arrested and his Robot Masters under control, Silicon City still isn't out of the woods just yet. Just because Breaker Knight is behind bars, his ideas are still running free in the minds of robots. And with that, a brand new group of Robot Masters come together in the attempts to set Breaker Knight free and to continue the revolution. And I'm gonna call this group of Robot Masters the Breaker Numbers. Breaker number 1. Dustman, a junkyard manager who is fed up with humanity's wasteful nature. Breaker number 2, Crassman, a demolition robot who wants to destroy more than just ran down buildings. Breaker number 3, Snake Man, a zookeeper robot who's tired of humans making him take care of the dangerous animals. Breaker number 4, Quickman, the fastest robot alive and no human can keep up with him. Breaker number 5, Magic Man, a robot magician who would do anything to make humans disappear. Breaker number 6, Starman, a movie director who's tired of humans mocking his work. Breaker number 7, Shade Man, a mysterious robot who knows all the dark secrets of Silicon City. Breaker number 8, Search Man, a veteran of the Hard Age who firmly believes that the war never ended. Finally, the leader of the Breaker numbers, a mysterious masked robot named Breakman, who might know something about the Hard Age and Megaman and Namajim's origins. So as the tension between robots and humans escalate, a rookie rockstar girl comes to Silicon City to hold concerts in the hopes to bring everyone back together. But during her first concert, she's attacked by Drill Man, and before Drill Man can finish her off, she's saved by the blue bomber Megaman. And that was the day an everlasting relationship was born. Jeez Louise, that was a lot. So let me know in the comments, did I convince you, or everything I just said was absolutely insane and a waste of time? Now some of you might be thinking, why doesn't Roll show up in the sequel comic? I don't know. The only thing I could really say was that when the sequel comics came out, Fully Charged was already in a tough spot, especially with the warm welcome it received. So when they were writing the comic, it was go big or go home. So it's no doubt that a bunch of ideas had to be scrapped. Now, even though this is just a theory of mine, I will do my best to hunt down the creators and writers to try to confirm as much as I can. And at this point, with all the thought I already put into Roll here, it's already in my headcanon. Now, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I'm pretty sure that as of right now, I am the only person on the damn planet who's put this much thought into Fully Charged ever since it came out. I'll even animate it myself if I have to. The funny thing was that this segment was originally supposed to be me talking about Suna and Ashley and disqualifying them for not being Roll. Now don't worry, we will be talking about Suna soon enough. But with these two images and the fact that I've already watched Fully Charged 10 plus times already, I just let my imagination go wild.
If it makes me happy, why should it matter what other people want?